Hi everyone, this week I'll be giving you an early summer tour of my exotic garden. My Trichelospermum jasminoides is absolutely beautiful at the moment. You can see these gorgeous jasmine-like flowers with a gardenia-like scent. Absolutely beautiful, covering the south wall of my house. And you can see that the foliage was red during the winter time and now it's changing to green. And you can see it's been here for a few years now, and it's starting to cover the trellis to the left of the kitchen window, and every time we have the window and doors open it gives that lovely scent throughout the house. Further down we've got some bougainvilleas outside for the summertime. A red and a yellow flowered one look great in these blue pots. Some of the pots that I planted up a few weeks ago in one of my videos are filling out really good now. Lots of growth in the warm weather that we've been having and lots of rain. Unfortunately something's been chewing off most of my petals on my Euryopes. I haven't found out what it is yet, but all it's leaving are the inner florets for each flower. And it's chewing off every single sepal around the edge. Could be slugs perhaps. On the subject of slugs, my Bromeliads I planted has been munched quite a bit, as you can see. Slugs do like Bromeliads. I'm not worried about this because they grow so quickly, the growing point's intact, and of course this year I just wanted to put on plenty of stem growth up this cane, and it won't flower until it branches anyway, which I did say on my last video. But I've underplanted it with some Hyperwestes, the houseplant or polka dot plant as they call it, and also some lovely Thalia type fuchsias. So those will provide the colour for this year. The Bromeliads are looking great as usual underneath my Brahia palm, and I've been very busy potting on lots of plants that needed to go into just bigger pots really, such as these elephant ears, or these are Alocasias and Calocasias. So the first one here is Alocasia macrorhiza. They love lots of moisture, so I've put them in sources of water. And then this Colocasia coal miner, which I got about a month ago, it's pumping out some nice big leaves now. I've been giving them some liquid seaweed as well, which I absolutely love. So another pot that I planted a few weeks ago with these mother-in-law's tongue and this banana, you can see with plenty of seaweed. New leaves are coming up quite a lot now, which is great. Got those lovely red markings and the lovely undersides. This is the Arunchalensis. Looking round here, there's some agapanthus starting to bud up now. Obviously it's getting to agapanthus time of the year. Now it's July, and see the beauty of palm looking nice, pumping out lots of new leaves with the Salvia Vanguard underneath. I've recently potted on these plants here too and fed them with liquid seaweed. So I have a Ethiopian Banana and an Agave attenuata underplanted with some Autumnamphora Purple Majesty. I just thought it looked really good with the contrast with the almost glaucous white bloom to the Agave and the reddy purple leaves of the Autumnamphora. And I'm really pleased with my Hibiscus Musculatures, which I grew from seed a couple of years ago. It's got a big root ball on it now, and it's growing quite quick now. It's about 3 feet high, so I'm sure that will flower for the first time this year. Previous years I've planted it in the ground and it's been swamped by other plants, so I thought I'd give it plenty of room and sun and feed and water this year on my decking area. so it's really responded well. Cycads looking really good. I'm not sure if it's going to give me a new set of leaves this year. It did last year. It normally does it every other year, so I'll be giving it lots of food, but this is the time of the year when they normally pump out a new set of leaves. Have another elephant seer here. This is Alocasia cross Calidora. Beautiful foliage. Be giving it lots of liquid seaweed again, and it's responding nicely to that with these warmer temperatures. And the cordyline pink passion underneath the Kentia palm. That too has loved the liquid seaweed. So looking across to the garden, you can see here the Enseti Monte Ballardii, huge leaves. All the bananas are pumping out leaves every 10 days or so now. Plenty of liquid feed, liquid seaweed, and the Musa Basjou. You can see also the Alstroemeria Indian Summers in full bloom, along with the Litmus Chalcedonica or Maltese cross to the left. Now with this I need to split it next April, because you can see it's been planted for several years now and it's starting to fall apart under its own weight. This is a good sign that with perennials that they need a good split or dividing, and obviously it means that I'll have many new plants and I might be able to sell a few perhaps as well, or do some plant swaps. But the flowers are absolutely stunning, really reliable, absolutely great, and it's a good contrast with the Hibiscus Mahogany Splendour. Next to that is the Musa Helen's hybrid with the red undersides, which I grew from seed. Again, lots of liquid seaweed, and it's starting to take off nicely now. Start to rise above all the other foliage. Hibiscus Assam Orange has done really well this year. It's probably the tallest of them I've ever had. That won't flower until end of August, September. So perhaps it would be to the top of the veranda, really, on the railings on the decking area. Had the Enseti Morellii and the Persia Red Dragon, which I cut back in the end of May, beginning of June. You'd never have guessed it because it's over 3 feet in height now. Dahlias are almost in flower. This is Canora's Sunset, red and yellow cacti type. Underneath the Musa Basjou, which I overwintered. And I think 2 weeks ago I said it was sort of chest height. It's probably chin height on me now. So I'm hoping by the end of summer it will be taller than me. Got Salvia Royal Bumble, which is completely hardy. Bees love it too. And underneath there I have my Musa Cycads cross Parasidiaca. This is the new leaf coming up now. So again, lots of liquid seaweed. I also put some grass clippings around it as a mulch and extra nitrogen. These are irisines. They're doing quite good now. They're settling in nicely. Planted a few weeks ago, and with the sunlight on them, it's intensifying the colours on the foliage. So the gorgeous reds and purples on this one, and the yellows and greens, contrasting with the bright pink stems on this Aurea reticulata. And the hardy, as I found, Tropicalesque palette of Purple Heart, with the zebra grass, Miscanthus Sabrina, and the Ipomoea Sweet Caroline Green, which is starting to go more yellow now. I think it's a really nice colour combination, very tropical looking. So they were getting a bit swamped by my dahlia, but I removed some of my lower leaves on that. That's a good tip for dahlias. Quite often they get so heavy with all the weight of the growth that they have at this time of the year. So obviously stake them and remove perhaps the lower leaves, just to give the plants underneath a bit of space. And you can see here this lovely irisine, really intense pink there, which is great. So yeah, just to get the rain and the light to these understory plants. I actually use the leaves off the dahlias as a little mulch around my mucibasjou, so when they rot down they'll feed the banana and also trap in some of the moisture. I think it'd be quite nice now to just stand back and look at this border, see how it's progressing. Doing quite nicely. So the Litmus Chalcedonica, it's a very vibrant, glowing orange red. Looks great next to the Perticaria red dragon and the Alstroemeria Indian summer. That's a great combination. The acacia tree that I pruned back in April is pumping out some new growth nicely now. It's had plenty of moisture and warmth, together with the Eucalyptus gunnii. These glaucous foliage really stand out and also are a good complementary backdrop to these beautiful delphiniums. Look at the shades of blues and purple in that. There's no filter on this lens. Those are more or less the colours that I'm seeing now. Absolutely stunning. Bees love them too. Just amazing how they have all those shades just in one flower or inflorescence. Underneath that is Salvia Hot Lips, completely hardy, much loved by bees again. And you can see on some plants they are red and white like they should be, and then some plants, on some parts of the plant they go pure white, and then on others they go completely red. So it normally depends on the weather conditions, to be honest. I think when it's hot and dry they normally go all red, and then under cooler conditions they go white, and when it's a mixture you have both. So looking round here now, this border's really thinning out. The heleniums are starting to flower now. Completely hardy, of course, from North America. Much loved by bees again. I did see a grasshopper in one of these earlier on today. But I'm sure you agree this is looking really jungly now. Found in the shed. The Scheffler taiwaniana, the Vasconcelia, and the Trachycarpus fortunei and Wagnerianus. Good jungly combination, I think. So the Scheffler's, which is obviously a house plant, is doing well outside as usual. It absolutely loves being outside, puts on tons of growth. And here is Perticaria painter's palette. Just like the shade, but the foliage is incredible. Good contrast with the Bromeliad here, the Amazonian bird nest, or you can see the flower here. It's Nidularium Innocentii var Innocentii. And you can see the flower, this is the start of the inflorescence or flower from the base. Looks like a bird's nest, hence the name. Gorgeous purple foliage. There's a self-sown eryngium here, or sea holly, which I have in the cottage garden area. I've left this here because it looks quite nice with the cord line next to it, and also the campanula. The Circe's forest pansy has gone mad this year with the amount of moisture. I love that purple plummy foliage. Beautiful the way the sunlight shines through. Great contrast to the rust behind, the rust tiger eyes. Some more heleniums here. Just love those reds, oranges and yellow shades. So jungly foliage once again, including the amazing Tetrapanax rex and the Regersia underneath. So the cordyline that I planted in Divisa, that I planted underneath, the T-Rex as they're called, is a bit hidden now because of the amount of growth that everything's put around it. It's just incredible in the last few weeks. It seems happy though. So the Acer and this cordyline red star, Begonia luxurians and Miscanthus florigulus. So yeah, everything's just been going mad in this lovely warmth and humidity. This Colocasia fontanesii, the black stems and black veins, and the cottagey border here, Geranium silostemon, and the Brassiopsis mitis that I planted is doing well, giving it lots of liquid seaweed again. Foxgloves, Angel's fishing rods or diorama. So I have this silvery white lilac coloured one in amongst the lovely pink ones too. So these are from Zimbabwe in the wild. Look great with the Mediterranean cistus, cross purpureus, and the Eryngium or sea holly. You can see everything's gone absolutely mad, and I'm hoping to tidy this bottom end of the garden over the next week or so. This Trachistemon orientalis has gone a bit mad in the borage family, so I need to split that and create some more planting space down here, and perhaps do some weeding. So I just wandered back up to the top of the garden now. Just thought it'd be nice to get a different perspective of the garden from this angle. All those vibrant colours. Looks really good against the lawn, I think. Green lawn. The lawn's looking quite good this year with the amount of rain that we've had with the warmth. I'd just like to point out a new plant to me which I found at the Hampton Court Flower Show, which I went to on Friday. So Hampton Court Flower Show in London, and it has these lovely red and yellow upright flowers. It's borderline hardier here in this part of the world. For those of you in the US, you probably recognise it as a little redhead, and the plant is called Spigelia Marillandica, and it's quite unusual to find in the UK. I've took some cuttings as well to try and propagate it. It likes moisture and prefers a bit of shade, and it can get up to about 70 centimetres in height, 50 centimetres spread. And of course in the US, These red tubular flowers are pollinated by hummingbirds. It has a big range actually in the US, from Arkansas I think all the way up to I think Maryland, so quite a huge range. And what I'm going to do with mine, I think I'll keep it undercover for the winter, just to make sure I don't lose it, and perhaps when I have other plants I'll try one outside permanently. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.